This president has done everything he can to change the word transparency into meaning opaque.
It's a new term I think we've come up with since 2008 when we elected a president who said he'd be the most transparent in history.
Culture of cover-up. What does that mean? It means that for some reason this administration feels like they don't need to explain to the American people the truth.
You have Benghazi, you have the IRS scandal, you have the problems with what's going on in the VA, you have the problems with the Fort Hood shooting. All of these are the big ones that people think about all the time. But the list of things that this president has done are just it's amazing, and the scope is it's breathtaking actually.
We learned in 2013 that the IRS was targeting conservative groups and preventing them from getting a tax-exempt status. Now we've learned that Lois Lerner, after confessing that she was innocent and pleading the fifth, has conveniently lost all of the emails that were transpired between her and the administration to keep the American people from knowing the truth.
And they keep covering it up, and oh, our computer crashed. Oh, we lost our emails. We still got them stored someplace, but it's too expensive to get them.
I'm required to maintain records forever, and I can't use the excuse, well, the dog ate my homework, the dog ate my receipts, I lost the receipt, a computer crash, whatever. Any of those failures on my part institutes in some sort of a penalty or a fine on my part. I understand that hard drives crash. I know that happens. But when you're required to keep paper copies of everything, and those paper copies are gone, and when the recipients don't have the emails either, something's missing, something's wrong. And just on the surface, it smells bad.
Well, let's talk about the VA. That's a local cover-up that we had. Back in 2012, I had some folks come to my office and tell me that there were lists that were keeping people from getting the benefits that they needed at the VA because they were trying to make themselves look good. We launched an IG study by the Inspector General of the Veterans Administration. They gave us a report that said, yes, they had found that this was going on. They had put a stop to it. They had changed some of the upper echelon of leadership at the Temple VA, and that everything was fine. Then it comes to what happens in Arizona. First thing I did was call the new director and say, I better not hear about any list. I better not hear about this going on in Temple, because I was assured that the IG had taken care of this. Well, it hadn't. So I said, I'm not going to ask these guys to do another bogus investigation because I don't trust them anymore. So I asked the FBI to become involved. Somebody's got to turn the rock over and see which way the bug's going to crawl. And that means that's the subcommittees and the committees of the House of Representatives. And you know, we've got like 6 different committees, including several of our appropriations committees, that are constantly holding hearings and asking questions and trying to bring to light those things that the administration is trying to sweep under the carpet.
We know that Judge Carter is there diligently and faithfully working on our behalf. It is the most crucial time in our history to make sure that we re-elect a man who is conservative, a man of integrity, and a man who has not been corrupt by Washington. His motto is, he wants to take a little bit of Texas to Washington, not Washington to Texas. So get behind Judge Carter and make sure that you vote for him this November.
I'm Congressman John Carter. I'm going to continue the fight against the culture of corruption of the Obama administration. But I hope my colleagues and my friends back home will join me in that fight, because the solution is in the next election and the following election cycle for solving this problem of cover-up that's going on across the country.
Paid for by Carter for Congress.